We often find ourselves caught between the past and the future. Our minds wander to memories, regrets, and past mistakes. Or we think about what will happen next, what we must do, what we hope for, or what we fear. In this way, time becomes an illusion that pulls us away from where we truly are. But if we look closely, the past is nothing more than a collection of memories. It exists only in our thoughts. The future, too, is just an idea, a possibility that has not yet arrived. Yet we spend much of our lives thinking about these things as if they were real. This habit keeps us from experiencing what is happening right now. Perhaps you have had a moment when you were completely present. Maybe it was while listening to the sound of rain, watching a child play, or drinking a cup of tea. In those moments, there was no past or future. There was only the experience itself. This is what it means to be present, to fully engage with this very moment without the distractions of time. Many people feel that the present moment is ordinary, even unimportant. They believe that happiness is somewhere else, in a future achievement or in memories of the past. But if we keep chasing these thoughts, we miss the depth of what is already here. Life is not waiting for us in some distant place. It is happening now. Of course, planning and remembering are necessary in daily life. We must learn from the past, and we must prepare for what is to come. But we do not need to live there. Instead, we can return to the present as often as possible. Take a deep breath. Feel the air enter your body. Listen to the sounds around you. Right now, this moment is complete. Nothing more is needed. When we recognize the illusion of time, we free ourselves from unnecessary worries. We do not need to hold on to the past or chase the future. We can simply be where we are, experiencing life as it unfolds. This is not an idea to understand, but a practice to live. As we continue, we will explore how to bring this awareness into everyday life. When we think about being present, we often imagine it as something complex, something we must learn or achieve. But in truth, presence is the most natural state of being. It is not something to reach for. It is something to return to. Consider a child who plays without concern for the past or future. They do not think, "How long will I play?" or "Was I playing well yesterday?" They are simply absorbed in the moment. As adults, we lose this ease because we are caught in thoughts, judgments, and expectations. Yet the ability to be present has never left us. It is always here, waiting for us to notice. The present moment is simple. It does not ask anything from us. It does not require us to fix, analyze, or change anything. It only invites us to be here, just as we are. But simplicity does not mean emptiness. The more we pay attention, the more we realize how rich this moment is. Right now, notice the feeling of your body, the way your breath moves in and out, the weight of your hands resting where they are. These simple things are always happening, yet we rarely notice them. Not because they are unimportant, but because our minds are elsewhere. We might believe that being present means doing something special, going to a quiet place, meditating, or following a strict practice. But presence is available anywhere, in any situation. Walking, eating, listening to someone speak, all of these moments are opportunities. Imagine drinking a cup of tea. If your mind is full of worries, you may not even taste it. But if you are present, you will notice the warmth, the texture, the subtle flavors. The act of drinking becomes an experience, not just another thing to do. This is the simplicity of now, noticing what is already here, without the weight of unnecessary thoughts. Presence is not about escaping life's difficulties. It is about meeting life as it is. Some moments will be joyful, Others will be challenging. But when we are present, we experience them fully, without resistance. Right now, nothing more is needed. Just this moment, just this breath, and that is enough. Many people believe that to experience deep awareness, they must step away from ordinary life, sit in meditation, visit a temple, or retreat into nature. But the present moment is not found only in special places. It is always here, even in the simplest activities of daily life. Consider walking. Often when we walk, our minds are busy. We think about where we are going, what we need to do next, or something that happened earlier. We may not even notice the movement of our legs, the feeling of the ground beneath us, or the air touching our skin. But walking itself is a complete experience. When we walk with awareness, we are simply walking, fully present with each step. Eating is another example. It is easy to eat while distracted, watching a screen, reading, or thinking about something else. When we do this, we miss the experience of the food itself. But if we slow down, we can taste each bite, feel the texture, and appreciate the effort that brought the meal to us. Eating becomes more than just taking in food. It becomes an act of awareness. Even something as ordinary as washing dishes can be a path to presence. Instead of seeing it as a chore to finish quickly, we can bring our full attention to it. The feel of the water, the smoothness of the plates, the rhythm of our movements. The task does not change, but our experience of it does. There is no need to set aside special time for presence. Every moment, every action is an opportunity. When we speak with someone, we can truly listen instead of thinking about what we will say next. When we sit, we can feel the support of the chair beneath us instead of getting lost in thought. This is not about forcing ourselves to be mindful every second. It is about gently returning to the present whenever we notice we have drifted away. No matter how many times we forget, we can always come back. Life is not made up of grand moments alone. It is built from the small, simple things we do every day. When we bring presence into these moments, we find that they are not so small after all. They are the very essence of life itself. No matter how much we wish to stay present, distractions will always arise. Thoughts, emotions, noises, and responsibilities pull us away. We may start the day with awareness, but soon we find ourselves lost in worries, plans, or memories. This is not a failure. It is simply the nature of the mind. The problem is not that we get distracted. It is that we do not notice when it happens. If we become lost in thought without realizing it, we are no longer present. But the moment we recognize that our mind has wandered, we have already returned to awareness. Imagine sitting quietly, enjoying a peaceful moment, when suddenly a thought appears. I need to finish that task. If we follow the thought, it leads to another, then another, until we are far from the present. But if we simply notice the thought, I am thinking about work, we do not have to follow it. We can let it pass and return to what is in front of us. Distractions come in many forms, not just thoughts. Strong emotions can also take us away. When we feel anger, sadness, or frustration, we often react without awareness. But emotions, like thoughts, are not permanent. They come and go, like waves in the ocean. If we observe them without resistance, they will rise and fall naturally. External distractions also challenge us. A ringing phone, a noisy street, or a sudden interruption can easily pull us away. But even in these moments, we can return to the present. The sound of the phone is just a sound. The movement around us is just movement. If we do not resist them, they do not have to disturb us. We do not need to fight distractions or try to stop them completely. Instead, we can develop the habit of gently coming back. If we notice that we are lost in thought, we return. If emotions arise, we acknowledge them and return. If the world around us is noisy, we accept it and return. No matter how many times we leave the present, it is always here, waiting for us. We do not need to struggle to hold on to it. We only need to notice when we have left and return, again and again. In our daily lives, we are often moving, physically, mentally, and emotionally. There is always something to do, somewhere to go, or something to think about. But in the midst of this movement, we can find great power in stillness. Stillness does not mean doing nothing. It is not about stopping all movement or forcing the mind to be silent. True stillness is the ability to be fully present, to rest in awareness even as life continues around us. It is a quiet space within, where we are not pulled in every direction by our thoughts and emotions. You may have experienced moments of stillness without realizing it. Perhaps while watching the sun set, listening to gentle rain, or sitting quietly in the morning before the world wakes up. In those moments, there was no need to chase anything. Everything felt complete just as it was. We do not need special conditions to find stillness. It is available at any time, even in the busiest parts of our day. A simple pause, a deep breath before answering a phone call, a moment of silence before stepping out the door can bring us back to this inner space. Stillness is not about escaping from life. It is about fully experiencing it. When we pause and allow ourselves to be present, we notice things we often overlook, the subtle sounds around us, the gentle rhythm of our breath, the feeling of being alive. These small moments connect us to something deeper, something beyond the rush of daily concerns. Many people fear stillness because it means facing themselves. When we stop, we may notice uncomfortable thoughts or emotions that we usually avoid. But if we allow them to be there without resistance, we see that they too will pass. Stillness does not mean emptiness. It means openness to whatever is here, without judgment. In this fast-moving world, stillness is a rare gift. It brings clarity, ease, and a sense of balance. And the more we practice it, the more natural it becomes. We realize that stillness is not something outside of us. It is always present, always available. We only need to remember to return to it. Life is not something that happens in the past or the future. It is happening now, in this very moment. Yet many of us live as if we are waiting for something, waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, or the right feeling. But the truth is, life does not wait. It is always unfolding, whether we pay attention to it or not. To live fully means to be present with whatever is happening, without wishing it to be different. It does not mean every moment will be pleasant or easy. There will be challenges, disappointments, and uncertainties. But when we meet each moment with awareness, we respond with clarity, rather than reacting out of habit. When we are fully present, even the simplest experiences become meaningful. A conversation with a loved one is not just words, it is connection. A walk outside is not just movement, it is an encounter with the world. Even washing our hands, feeling the cool water, can remind us that we are alive, right now. This way of living does not require us to change our external life. We do not need to go on a long journey or escape to a quiet place. Presence is available wherever we are. Whether we are working, resting, or facing difficulties, we can choose to engage with life instead of being lost in thoughts about it. At times, we will forget. We will fall back into distraction, worrying about things we cannot control, or replaying past events. But that is part of the practice. Each time we notice we have wandered away, we have the opportunity to return to this breath, this moment, this life. There is nothing we need to add to this moment to make it complete. It is already enough. Life is not something that will begin in the future. It is here, now, waiting for us to notice. And when we do, we realize we have not been searching for something outside of ourselves. We have simply been coming home, to the present, to reality, to the fullness of being alive. As we come to the end of this time together, I would like to leave you with a simple reminder. The present moment is always here. No matter where you are, no matter what is happening, you can return to it. You do not need to wait for the perfect conditions. You do not need to be in a quiet place or have a peaceful mind. Even in the middle of a busy day, even when thoughts and emotions are strong, you can pause. You can take a breath and feel this moment exactly as it is. Life is not something far away, waiting for us in the future. It is here, unfolding in each step, each breath, each experience. And when we allow ourselves to fully meet the present, we find that nothing is missing. There is no need to force anything or strive for perfection. Presence is not about control. It is about allowing, about being open to life as it is. Some days, it will be easy. Other days, it will be difficult. But each moment is a new chance to return, gently and without judgment. I am grateful that you have taken this time to be here, to reflect and to listen. Your presence means a great deal. To those who have shared their thoughts in the comments, supported this channel with super thanks, or simply taken a moment to watch, thank you. Your kindness and engagement create a space where these teachings can continue to be shared. If this message has resonated with you, I appreciate your support in whatever way feels right for you. Whether that is leaving a comment, sharing this with others, or subscribing to stay connected. More than anything, I hope that these words have offered something meaningful to you, something that you can carry into your daily life. May you continue to find peace in each moment. May you walk through life with presence and ease. And may you remember that, no matter where you are, this moment is always here, waiting for you.